Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome to my single player Let's Play. But today we're going to be starting off in my creative world because we're going to be looking over Snapshot 17W whatever it is now. So yeah, I've messed around with it quite a bit, and honest opinion, it is one of my favorite snapshots and updates to the game yet. It adds just so much to the game, it's unbelievable. Like, there are things you could never even have considered doing before. Like, look at these color palettes. We have a pink color palette, blacks, greens, like light greens, yellows, oranges. It opens up just so many opportunities. And I've tried building a bit with them, and I like them a lot. They work with so many of the blocks. They let you incorporate a lot of different things, like, what is this, the nether wart? It works so much better now. Like, you can use it with these hard blacks and these reds, and it just works perfectly. Now, of course, before I show you the other builds, I have to mention the terracotta blocks. Terracotta, yeah. A lot of mixed opinions on these, and understandably so, mainly because they're so ugly, cough cough. But actually, the main thing I find with them is that they're just so busy. Like, the designs are nice, especially when they're used in their little configurations, but they're the busiest blocks in the game compared to, like, crafting tables, netherrack. There's just so much going on with them. And it's hard to mix these crazy designs into what we have with Minecraft, which is these kind of other designs that always just fit together, and they're not as nearly as busy at all, which really makes them a challenge to build with. However, I thought I'd give it a shot, and I kind of started out easy just using the concrete and the concrete powder. And I have to say, these two blocks are some of the best additions to the game. Like, they are the best building blocks added by far to anything. Like, we had clay before, these completely replace it. They are just fantastic. They're so clean, they can mix with everything, and then they allow other blocks to be highlighted more, like the nether wart here. And the powder. The powders, oh my goodness, I can't even. Not only could they be used as like a building block, but they also just make a perfect terrain like addition. Like, you can detail terrain and make custom stuff and do whatever you want with them. Definitely my favorite blocks in the game. And speaking of terrain, you can make these like insane new kind of biome types. Like, I've made this like mystical ice area and a cool little like magic tower thing. Sorry for all the pink. I wanted to try and use like weird colors. But yeah, just like crazy stuff like that. Now, after messing with them a bit, I tried to mess with the terracotta blocks a bit. Now, I don't know if you noticed them here, but I hid them behind a couple slabs just to see if they could work as like an accent block at all to like something like a modern build like I did here. And they kind of do, but honestly, not really. Like, you don't really need them, and if you are using them, they may as well be a highlight block because you're going to notice them. They don't fit with like a design. It's either they stand out or that's it. They just have to stand out, and they do stand out. Also, a problem with them is when you go to the interior, yeah, you got to worry about this side of the build too, which is a big issue. Now, after a bit of thought and practice, I did make something work here, where I mixed in the red terracotta blocks, like the circle pattern in the middle, into like these window designs. And I think this looks really good. Like I was saying with the modern build, they have to be a highlight. They just have to be. They're too detailed not to be. And when you actually work with them, it's really good. Again though, there's still the problem of interiors. So what I did here, I essentially just covered it up with a painting, but you always have to be mindful, and they can always be a problem somewhere in the build. But using terracotta as a flooring block is really difficult as well, because now you really have to think of how the build connects to the floor. Wherein before, it's just you build something cool and you add in a floor after. Now you really have to put that extra thought into how it's all going to work together. And I haven't practiced with it much, and this isn't the best design, but this is something I worked out. It's just a cool like ice spike kind of dealio with the terracotta blocks in the center for detail. and I kind of like transitioned it into the walls a bit. And it's all right. It's all right. Definitely could use some more practice, and this could definitely be better. And I can't wait to see what a lot of people do with these. Anyway, those are just my thoughts with the new blocks and stuff, but now we're going to move back to our single player world. And we're back. So before we go on to other projects, last episode we killed a wither, and it's time to craft our first beacon. Are you ready? That was a little anticlimactic. Shouldn't we get an achievement as well? Oh, it's create a full beacon. Okay, I got you. Well, we don't actually have enough materials to do that just yet, so we'll save that for later. For now, though, you guys are probably thinking, oh, Kibitz is gonna work with the new blocks. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna build? Nothing. Actually, because we're still on 1.11.2. Because I don't think there's an Optifine out for a snapshot. And I want Optifine because I like my frames, okay? Okay, so what we're going to do today then is we're going to prepare. Now, what we need is a lot of sand and a lot of gravel. And if you guys didn't know, we are right next to a mesa biome, so we're pretty good on the sand front. Like, there should be enough sand here to last us forever. The only real issue is gravel, because you need sand and gravel to make the concrete powder. So, I was thinking, where could we go to get gravel? There isn't really like a mountain biome around, and I don't want to go caving all the time for gravel. That's insane, because we're going to need a lot. Like a lot. And then I realized, Kibitz realized, the entire ocean floor is literally covered in gravel. All we gotta do is get it. So I was thinking about how I could collect it, right? And there really is one obvious answer. So it'll take me a little bit to set up, but I'll be right back with you guys. And then we'll have all the gravel we'll ever need. So it took me a little while, but I figured out the perfect solution, which was obviously to just get rid of the ocean. Okay, no, we're not actually emptying the ocean, but I do have a different idea. And that is by going to the bottom of the sea and then using glass pane posts just everywhere as air pockets. And then I'll just put these around everywhere, and then I'll put sea lanterns on top. Like, check this out. Bap. And if we put like a ton of these around, like as I collect more and more of the gravel, this will look really, really, really cool. Make the ocean just that much better. Like, let's try and see it from the surface. By the way, did anyone ever notice that kicking sound when you're swimming up? That's cool. But anyway, it kind of looks like that, and that's how it'll look all around the ocean, and it will look just amazing once there's like a ton more of these. And I was thinking about it, but I don't want to just make random holes where there's no sand in my mesa. I want to keep it kind of looking good. So I decided I'm going to decorate the areas I mine out quite a bit. So I'll go over stuff like this, right? And then just really simple, I'll add in little paths that kind of look like this. So it's not much, but like when this is all mined out and there are a bunch of paths looking like this all over the place, I think it'll look pretty cool. In fact, I'm gonna mine out a lot of this area and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so now we can start to kind of see what I mean with this. So imagine this whole desert looking like this. I think it'll turn out pretty cool. And the main thing I'm concerned about is when I ever fly by this, it looks good. Oh yeah, that looks pretty awesome. Imagine just like flying around this entire biome and seeing the cool stuff like that. Oh, I love it. This is a great idea. But you know what? I think that's going to be all for today. So thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more awesome daily content. But until then, have an awesome day, guys. Bye-bye.